Today's our final day from the letter of Hebrews, and the final verse is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8, that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. Why is that important? First of all, it tells us that Jesus Christ, in his nature, in his personhood, in his character, in what he values, never changes. Hebrews is affirming, along with the Gospel of John, that Jesus is part of the Trinity. He has been the same yesterday, he's the same today, he'll be the same forever and tomorrow. And what's important as a Christian to understand is we can rely on Jesus because everything else in the world changes. Our bodies change, right? Whether we like it or not. Customs change, traditions change, technology changes, tastes change, styles change. If I was filming this video 100 years ago, I'd be dressed very differently than I am now. If I was filming it 300 years ago, I'd be dressed very differently. Do you ever look back at pictures of yourself from when you were younger and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe I wore something that looked like that? I remember saying to my mother one time, looking at what I was wearing to school when I was in elementary school, and I said to my mom, how did you let me out of the house looking like that? And my mother just looked at me and smiled and said, that's what you insisted on wearing. Styles change. Jesus doesn't change. He's the same yesterday and today and forever. We can rely on him. Now, how this intersects with us as a church is Jesus is the same, but that doesn't mean how we do things stays the same. Many of you know that there's even a book called The 7 Last Words of the Church. And those words are, we've never done it that way before. The church, as far as our methods, how we do things, has to constantly be changing. You know, one example of that is when we moved into our expanded facilities in 2001, we had a cassette tape ministry. Then as the years went by, we added a CD ministry. Then more time went by and we added a DVD ministry, and we stopped doing the cassettes. And now we've moved on from cassette CDs and DVDs, and we just stream things and have everything online. All sorts of things change, but Jesus doesn't change. The methods that we use in sharing the message of Jesus have to constantly be evolving and developing for the times in which we live. So who we worship and who we serve, that never changes. But how we serve, that's constantly developing as we seek to be faithful to Jesus in our time.